Hello. Is it working? A few things to try. Looks good. How's it going? Yeah, this looks like it's working. I have two things to try today. Just started trying Redbull more so. This is a new one for me. It's called the Sea Blue Edition. And it is Juneberry flavored. I don't know what Juneberries are, but here we are. And we've got Wiley Wallaby, Licorice. This is the blueberry pomegranate version. And the reason I picked this one up, I have had this before once, but it doesn't have any food coloring. It looks like artificial food coloring. It says fruit and vegetable juice for color, but some of the other ones do. Anyways, this is another thing I'll try. Probably start with the drink, but we can always look at websites and stuff first, just to get an idea of what we're dealing with. So I'll pull up a browser. Redbull. I thought it was one word, but it's apparently two words. Sea Blue. See if they have an official page. It looks like it. Switch to the other view here. Yeah, so there it is, the Sea Blue Edition. Also, the specific one that I have is with sugar. I'll look at the ingredients and stuff coming up here. But yeah, it's nice branding, pretty simple. Like I said, this is Juneberry, whatever that is. I've never seen a Juneberry in my life, most likely. But yeah, a bunch of branding stuff. I can't really say otherwise or what, based on what they add to it, you know, medical things. But this specific one is 12 fluid ounces. So it looks like the bigger one. Yeah. I'll read it off the can instead of the website. So we've got a bit of text on the top here. Sea Blue Edition, taste of Juneberry, artificially flavored. Nutrition facts, 160 calories for the 12 fluid ounce version of it. 125 milligrams of sodium, which is 5% of your daily value. And 38 grams of total sugars in here, which is, it's quite a bit. So this one says 114 milligrams of caffeine as well. This is the bigger version. This is the 12 ounce. They have the 8.4 ounce as well. So this is the bigger one. Ingredients wise, I'll first go over the vitamins and stuff. It has niacin, however you pronounce it, I'm not sure. B12, pantothenic acid, B6, and that's 140 for niacin, 120% for 140%, and then 120% for B12, 70% for the pantothenic acid, and 350% for the B6. It doesn't give actual amounts with that. Let's see. Ingredients: carbonated water, sugar, glucose, citric acid, taurine, which is probably where it's getting the partly getting the caffeine from. Sodium citrate, natural and artificial flavors, caffeine again. But obviously that's different than taurine. Color, so it doesn't say what the color is or if it's natural or artificial or anything. It just says color, and then it lists the vitamins. So that's what it is. That's what it looks like. There's the a little bit difficult to read on screen like that. But yeah. You can also zoom in. We have that ability here. Once it stops focusing on my face. Yeah, quite a bit of fair amount of sugar in there. 38 grams for 12 ounce. Then we can see the ingredients, of course. All right, let's pop this open. It does have a little thing I could show here. That's kind of cool. It's got their logo cut, like a cutout of the tab, the bull in there. Maybe I'm doing it backwards. Come on, camera. That's probably good enough. Yeah, anyways, it's the bowl shape. Oh. So I'm not going to pour all of it. I like to drink it from the can when it's carbonated. So, you know, to notice if there's a big difference. It's got a purpley, dark purple color to it. Oops. Yeah. Looks good. But like I said, with the ingredients, all it says is color. It doesn't say if it's natural or artificial or who knows what. See what it smells like. Yeah, it does have a berry smell to it. Almost like grape popsicles or something. Smell to it. Yeah. It's kind of what I'm getting. I don't know what a Juneberry smells like. Let's try it out. It's tart. Pretty sweet tasting, of course. That 38 grams of sugar. Yeah, at least to me, it's kind of going in the direction of a artificial grape flavor, but it's the Juneberry. So I mean, probably a mix of grape and blue raspberry type thing, maybe. Yeah, I think it tastes pleasant. It's hard for me to describe in like a specific flavor profile. I don't know. Any questions? Nope. 17 views. Okay. I don't know, is anyone into Red Bull, or what's your favorite flavor of these? I think my favorite so far is the Fuji apple one. It's pretty pleasant. Yeah, like I said, this is the regular sugar version. So 160 calories for the can, which is 12 fluid ounce. Let's try it from the can. Didn't really notice much of a difference pouring it. Usually, when you pour, you lose a lot of the carbonation, which I'm sure it did, but I don't really notice much of a difference. Yeah. At least to me, I feel like this is going in the direction of a grape flavor, like an artificial grape. Maybe artificial blueberry type flavor to it. But yeah, Juneberry, I don't have any experience of what it actually tastes like, so it probably just is similar to those two. I would assume, like the actual plant. I like it though. It's nice. Pretty pleasant. It's 114 milligrams of caffeine for this 12 fluid ounce version, which is a pretty reasonable amount. It's not a crazy amount of caffeine in there. It does have the vitamins and such. Yeah, your traditional, I mean, maybe not traditional, but your usual Red Bull. Simple branding, kind of to the point, not crazy amount of caffeine. The flavor's nice. All of the Red Bulls I've had are that tart profile. So the citrus, I think it's citric acid. Let's see. Yeah. They don't really have any other ingredients here that would add a similar tartness to it. Unless it's just in the natural and artificial flavors. I don't know if taurine has a... Yeah, I do think taurine has a specific flavor to it. But I mean, every energy drink I've had, it's hard to say one way or another, because it tends to be in there with those drinks. And it is in this one. And in the order of ingredients, generally the order is how much of each ingredient is in there comparatively. Carbonated water is on the top, sugar, and then glucose, and then citric acid and taurine, and then sodium citrate. Then we get to the artificial and natural flavors and caffeine, and then color. Yeah. Just pour it all out. Yeah, the 12 ounce definitely feels like a lot more drink compared to the 8.4. Because the last one that I had, 8.4, just half of this thing in the cup, I was like over half done, it felt like. but the 12 definitely feels like more. I pretty much drink these for enjoyment type of thing, so it would be cool if these companies had fun drinks. I mean, I wouldn't call Red Bull like crazy or fun compared to Ghost and whatever those other ones are called, Monster and Ghost, and what's the other big one? Can't even remember. Yeah, so it's Red Bull's more subdued with their branding and the flavors usually and stuff like that, which is fine. But it would be nice if these companies were to make drinks like this without caffeine, just for the fun factor. Yeah, that's good. It's nice. But quite a bit of sugar. Yeah. Anyways, let's try the other thing now. So the nutrition facts here won't necessarily align properly to the listings I have set up. I can look real quickly. Just make sure if it works properly. I think it was, I don't have all this tagged properly. I don't think. Can I add stuff? Sorry. Switch to for a second. I don't know if I can add things live. Let me see. Oh yeah, it looks like I can. Even so, I don't think it's the same size. So it looks like on Amazon there's a 10-ounce package, which is, this is only 4 ounces. This is, got this at a local place. Let's see. All the carbonation's getting to me. Wallaby, Wiley Wallaby. And this is the pomegranate version. I can speak words properly. And it doesn't show up in the list. Odd. I'd have to type in the special number, I think, to get it to work. B09J. L76. Probably going to type it wrong. F8C. Please work. No. 09J. It looks like I have it right, but it's not showing up, sadly. Put a O instead of a 0. Let's see if that works. Nope. Well, anyways, this is Wiley Wallaby Soft and Chewy Licorice, which I know licorice tends to be something that is highly personal preference, right? That's what the packages generally look like. There's various sizes. So the ingredients, I mean, the nutrition facts that I give won't necessarily be correct to the specific ones listed, but you could generally figure it out because it's based on pieces size, like how many pieces you eat per serving. And assuming that the pieces are the same size, which they probably are, then you should be good. So in this specific case, there are 4 servings per package, but it is 4 ounce. So 1 ounce is likely 1 serving. And if it's 10 ounce, then you're going to have 10 servings in that specific package size, right? Math. So 3 pieces, 29 grams for that serving of 1 ounce. 1 ounce approximately. 90 calories. Let's see. I'm getting old to the point that I need to take my glasses off to read things up close. 35 milligrams of sodium. 22 total carbohydrates. Of that, total sugar is 12 grams. 1 gram of protein. Then it has trace amounts of some vitamins. Iron 1 milligram, potassium 60 milligrams. It does list, it says calcium 9 milligrams and vitamin D 0 mcg, which is basically 0. Ingredients: sugar, corn syrup, enriched wheat flour, which is in itself a bunch of ingredients. Water, cane syrup, modified food starch, natural flavor, palm oil with an asterisk. Fruit and vegetable juice for color, citric acid, soy, mono and diglycerides, malic acid, which gives it kind of an apple-y type tartness to it. Sodium citrate, potassium sorbate, preservative, and salt. This company is Kenny's Candy and Confectionaries, a KLN family brands company in MN, which I don't know my states. I don't know the state things. Is that Minnesota or something? I'm not sure. So that's what it looks like. The package. I'm very blue today, so the blue theme, I guess. And the background lighting. Anyways, pop this open. To fit the theme, I'll pull out the blue scissors. Probably try to hold both sides so it doesn't flop down. There we go. Over there. There it is. It's kind of a purple color to it, which is basically what the Redbull color kind of looked like, but in liquid form. Actually, I could get a plate, or maybe I'll just hold it up to the camera. It has quite the smell. So there is that classic, I don't know, is licorice, is that a specific plant? Because I don't see any like specific plant. It says wheat flour. I'd have to look that up. If anyone knows that's watching, let me know. Would licorice, I feel like it's probably a specific thing. Isn't it anise or something? It's not in here. I don't see it in the ingredients list. So this is kind of like not actually licorice. but it does have, obviously it has natural flavoring, but it doesn't specify what the flavoring is. So that's probably where it's getting maybe a licorice type flavor to it. But anyways, that's kind of what it looks like. Shiny. It's pretty dense. It does bend, kind of reform a little bit. Very dense. On another one. Yeah. It's pretty. I like how it looks. There's no point me really showing the inside because it's all the same thing. Looks like gears. Let's try it out. It's fruity. It's dense, but it's also relatively soft. It does have a bit of tartness to it. It's probably coming from the citric acid. Like I said, I don't really... Yeah, I do think it has a licorice flavor, but it's relatively minimal. I'm getting the berry flavors. And the pomegranate. Yeah. I think I could easily eat this entire thing. But in this case, it's only 4 ounce. Yeah, 4 ounces. So to be under 400 calories for this 4 ounce version. Single serving, like I said, in this specific case, but always check the bag that you have because there's different sizes. 90 calories per serving, which is 3 pieces. But maybe the size is different. This is 29 grams for 1 piece, it looks like. Actually, no, that's 29 grams for the 3 pieces. Sorry. Yeah. That's probably what it says. I like it. It's pleasant. It does have some of that licorice flavor. I don't mind it. But to me, it's relatively minimal with the licorice flavor. It's got the berry kind of pomegranate. I don't know if I've ever eaten a actual pomegranate by itself, so I can't really comment on if that matches pomegranate flavor. But I think it's a pleasant sort of berry type flavor to it with a bit of the licorice as well. So if you don't mind that, I think it's an interesting textural thing. Relatively dense, but still it's chewy, dense to a degree, but it's also soft enough that it's pleasant to chew. It's not like super hard or anything like that. Yeah, I like these things. They're fun. The specific version, I have seen other flavors where they have artificial coloring in them, but this one does not have artificial coloring. It says fruit and vegetable juice for color. So the blueberry pomegranate, at the very least, doesn't have artificial color in it, which is nice. Yeah. Anyways, I think I am good on this unless anyone has any questions or comments. Anyone? No? Yeah. Again, we've got the Redbull and Wiley Wallaby. Two very nice berry type flavored snacks, if you want to call it. I mean, this is a drink, but energy drinks are kind of like snacks, right? Okay. Yeah. I'm going to head out. Hopefully, if you see this stream after the fact, you enjoy it or get something useful out of it. All right. See ya.